Hi, and welcome back. I'm Jean, and this is Ask Gypsy Jean YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you like some of the other videos. Please like, comment, and share. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today my topic is psychic vampires, or energy vampires. Now, we've all met some kind of these people at one point or another in our life, so you should be familiar with who they are. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information on what they are if you haven't or you don't know or you're not sure, and then maybe some suggestions to get away from them. And here's a few examples. One of them is a group that I became administrator of recently, and it has about 15,000 people in it, and it was hacked and it was hijacked, and for some reason I was made administrator, so I'm cleaning it up. And I got a team of moderators to help me do it. It has been going really well. But we had someone that we did have to remove from the group because we felt she was a psychic or an energy vampire. And how she did it was she would say something nice and then draw people in to be combative and argumentative with them, but she would disguise it as a passive aggressive kind of I just want to know things. So here it is. So she says, well, I think this group is really negative and I want to know why so many members have been deleted, and so on and so forth. And a lot of our moderators spent a ridiculously disproportionate amount of time explaining everything to her, and she was there through the whole thing. She saw many posts explaining what was going on, but she continued to go back and forth and question everything. So we wanted to, because we understand it was a concern of some people, and some people weren't sure what really went on. We did go back and forth for a while with her, but she would say something nice in another group like, hey, that group is better, it's under control now, or everything's safe now. And then she would bait you back into another discussion or argument. She's like, oh, I don't know why everybody's being so rude. I'm just trying to ask questions to understand what's going on, and a lot of other people feel the same way. So that was her MO. She would drag you into a conversation trying to justify it, but she would keep it going no matter how much you explained or how much you would try to go back and forth with her to make her or help her understand. It was one thing after another, and then she would deflect and turn it back on you. Well, you're the one being aggressive or whatever. So that was her game. See, they'll drag you in, they'll make you mad, they'll argue with you, then you'll throw in something nice, because then if they push too far, they'll lose you, and then they start it all over again. That's one way that people will do that. Another way is, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm so lonely, I'm so stupid, I'm so this, I'm that, and nobody loves me, and everything is terrible. Just all the time is negative. And they want you to feel sorry for them. And they'll draw you in with this because you want to help and you want to heal. And they just drain you. They just keep going. Nothing is ever good. Ever. And there's a difference between depression and somebody that's a psychic or energy vampire. Okay? Because I go through depression spells. And I have ups and downs. And that's one thing, but they're like that all the time, and it's constant, and it's always attention seeking, okay? So, and another way that you may be familiar with is people that cause conflict. They're always starting some kind of drama. And something that I know that seems to be kind of lateral with all of them is they don't take responsibility and they don't try to change. It's other people. It's someone else's fault. Someone else is always treating them bad, or I'm this way because I was abused or whatever. Which, yes, that happens. That will mentally turn someone. but it's also not an excuse to be a jerk to someone all the time. Honestly, it's not. There are ways to go around it. Don't take out your experiences on other people, okay? So just be aware of these people that are always got something going, you know. They're always negative, they're always combative, they're always argumentative, they're always blaming other people. It's never their fault. It's always someone else's fault. And then they'll draw you in. They'll be like, oh, I'm having a good day. I feel pretty. Because they know when they're starting to lose you, they'll draw you back in because they don't want to lose their food source. And, yeah. So just be careful with that. And when you meet someone, you'll feel it and you'll understand it. You're like, oh, man, I always feel so tired, or I feel so bad all the time, or they wear me out. It's just, oh my God. And then you'll feel yourself getting frustrated and upset. And it'll start to affect you because they're taking from you. They're taking your positive life force and your energy from you to sustain themselves. And it will actually can have a mental and psychological effects on you if you stay with it for too long. It will start turning you. So please be careful with that and don't let them continue to drag you down. And if it's your friend or your family member or someone like that, you feel you have to because of the connection, no, you don't, okay? Their family or they're my friends or whatever is that don't fly. Now, if you like being food and you want them to drag you down to the pits of darkness with them, that's your choice. But just because they have a connection to you does not mean you have to be someone's food, okay? It's just don't do it. So what you can do is you can start distancing yourself. Don't cut down the time you take their calls and text, okay? And the interactions you have with them. If it's someone on a page, block them, mute them, delete them, whatever. Because if they're strangers to you, honestly, you have no ties at all, and you have no obligation to keep that communication with you. If it's someone that's just baiting you on your post, again, block them, delete them, whatever. Trust me, they will always find someone else. You don't have to feel sorry for these people because they will find someone else. There's batteries on two legs everywhere. If it's a family or friend member or someone in your personal life or at work or whatever, if it's a friend or family member that you do have communications through telephone or whatever, instead of answering their calls or replying to their texts constantly, start telling them you're busy, which you are. You've got your life you need to live. And just don't answer that text every time. Don't answer that call every time, and make it less and less and start distancing yourself that way. Or you can just cut them straight off. If that's good for you, do that. That's awesome. But most people kind of feel guilty and a little uncomfortable with it, and they will use if they feel like they're losing you, they will panic and they'll threaten suicide, or they're going to crash their car or do some ridiculous crap. I was married to a person for 14 years that did that, and every time I tried to divorce them, oh, I'll just go kill myself. So, okay, so if you feel like that's a dangerous thing and you want to kind of pull the leash off slowly, just back off on your communications with them, okay? You can start blocking some of their internet connections, block them off your email, start blocking their text if you need to. Whatever you got to do, just stop talking to them. Don't let them continuously keep you in that loop. And just, move on with your life. Find something other to do. If they're at work, try not to maybe move seats or be in a different area from them, or let your manager know you're uncomfortable with them. If you're the manager, then delegate that person's task to someone else and warn them what they're like, so it can be done that way. Get them to go to therapy if it's somebody like if it's your child and they're young, take them to therapy. If it's someone you actually have to care for, start taking them to psychological therapy. Spend time away from them, like go on a date with your significant other, go to a movie by yourself, have a babysitter watch them for a few hours a day. Find things for them to do. Go to the park, get them to draw, interested in sports, have programs for them to do, so that you can start distancing that communication. If you are a part of this circle of psychic vampires or energy vampires, and again, it's a situation you can't escape, You need to do things for you to bring your energy back up. Maybe you should take counseling. If they've been attached too long, go to counseling yourself. Start finding things for you to do. Start getting out in nature, going for walks, going out in public, going to the park. Whatever you got to do, think of creative ways that you can minimize the damage in contact with them. There is always a way to do it. And if nothing else, slide them off onto another one. Get those two together and let them feed off each other. Okay, I hope that helps. I'm always thinking of you. I'm sending out my love and my energy to you. And have a wonderful day or night. And thanks. See you around.